You ever scroll through social media and stumble on the perfect, tidy explanation for the housing crisis? The one-sentence fix, the one magic villain, the one group we can all point at and yell, "Aha, found 'em!" It feels so good. That little jolt of emotional certainty? That's exactly the moment you should get suspicious. Because the second a complex disaster suddenly has a simple answer, that's your cue to pause. That's your first red flag right there. Canada's housing crisis is a structural dumpster fire, but the conversation around it? Hijacked, warped, turned into emotional bait designed to shut down critical thinking and point you towards scapegoats instead of solutions. And the wild part? It works. People click share faster than they check whether the claim even passes the giggle test. Red flag number 1, the immigration distraction. The first red flag, and oh boy, is this one everywhere, is the claim that immigration is the main driver of unaffordable housing. It's simple, it's clean, it's emotionally satisfying, and it falls apart the second you poke it. The more people, less housing logic sounds obvious, until you look at literally any real data. Vancouver and Toronto both saw prices drop or stagnate during high immigration periods, and soar during slower population growth. If immigrants were the magic price lever, we'd see neat little price charts that correspond to arrival numbers. We don't. This isn't to say population growth has zero effect. Of course it adds demand. But blaming immigrants is a distraction, not a diagnosis. The actual bottlenecks are staring us in the face. Municipal zoning that bans density like it's a moral threat, permitting processes slower than dial-up internet, and a chronic shortage of construction workers and materials. But sure, let's blame the newcomers instead of the broken system. Scapegoating people is always easier than fixing policy. Red flag number 2, the foreign buyer and flipper myth. The second red flag is the foreign buyer obsession. Blaming outsiders feels righteous. Blaming greedy flippers feels even better. It checks every emotional box: fear, anger, nationalism, resentment, a whole buffet of feelings. Too bad the numbers don't cooperate. Foreign buyers consistently make up a tiny slice of the market, usually low single digits. And flippers? They don't cause hot markets, they chase them. They show up because prices are already rising. It's the same logic as blaming surfers for the existence of waves. The mistake here is focusing on where the money comes from, not what the money does. Whether it's overseas capital or someone's local retirement fund, the problem isn't the passport. It's the fact that housing has become an investment product. Scapegoating foreigners and flippers lets the real culprits off the hook while giving people a satisfying villain to yell at. So if it's not immigrants or foreign buyers, what's actually pushing prices into orbit? Here's the part most social media theories politely skip: financialization. Housing has been systematically transformed from essential shelter into a financial asset class. Corporate landlords, REITs, large investment firms. They don't want homes. They want appreciating assets. They want leverage. They want predictable returns. And that means maximizing rents, minimizing supply, and accumulating properties at scale. If families can't compete with that, well, that's a you problem. When a single company can own thousands of rental units across a city, the market stops behaving like a market. It becomes an algorithm. Prices detach from wages. Supply gets throttled. Rents creep up even in soft markets. And the funniest part? The system isn't broken. It's functioning perfectly, just not for you. These simple narratives spread because they offer emotional relief, not real solutions. They give you someone to blame instead of something to understand. So here's your new filter. If an explanation blames a group of people, it's propaganda. If it examines systems, policies, and incentives, it's probably closer to the truth. Scapegoating always points down at the powerless. Real analysis points up at power, money, and structure. So the next time you see a post about housing, pause for 2 seconds. Ask yourself, am I being informed or am I being sold a villain? That question alone will save you from half the nonsense online. That's the truth, whether they like it or not. If this helped you see through the noise, share it. And if you want more fact-based analysis that cuts through manipulation with actual clarity, hit subscribe and check out the sanity.org